Good afternoon, evening. So I'm just jumping on here real quick this evening or afternoon, wherever you are. I literally just got back. I drove in from a place called High Wycombe. So I've been there all day and it's been a long drive. So I'm tired, but I thought I'd better pop in and just say hello this evening to you all. Crystal Rowe, good evening to you. Good morning, good afternoon, wherever we are. Am I still going? I seem to have frozen on my other screen. I don't know if that's still one. There we go. So yes, I think we're working. Let me know. So I must be okay. My screen on the other screen seems to be freezing for some reason. I'm not sure why. Yeah, so it's like 7 p.m. here in the UK, in Blighty, and so I had a drive. It was like a 3-hour drive to a location, a three-hour drive back, and I was getting a little bit lethargic on the way home, and I do need a coffee or something, so I have had a coffee now, so I feel a little bit better, but I'm still a little bit tired. So it was an interesting day, to say the least. I actually went and did a grading, so for a martial arts, so it was an interesting day. So how is everyone? Sorry that I'm not prepared. I'm normally not prepared anyway, but definitely not prepared this evening because literally just come in, had a coffee, and jumped on just to say hi, just for you. But what do we do? So I had to. I put out a couple of videos last week. Let me just see where I am. Put out a couple of videos last week we did the Shadow Realm, which was I really enjoyed that one. I'm currently doing the Night Slayer right now, part 3. But I wanted to do part 4 of the Shadow Realm. But I have to do it in order, so I need to do 3 and 3. So I wanted to continue. It's just at that point where it got so interesting. I really wanted to continue with that, but I want to also do Night Slayer. So I want to do 3 and 3. And it's been one of those weeks where I've just been so busy, so I haven't put that much. And I put the 3-part, which I always do. I always make, when I've made 3, I put them all together as a 3-part because people seem to like listening to the whole thing in one go more than the single video. So if that's you, it's out, it's available, and that's why I do them in 3, so that you get to watch them in the 3. So I do Night Slayer this week, I promise, and we'll get that out, and we'll see if I can get another Shadow Realm out for you this week. I really want to do it, so I'm really stacked to do that. A tale about a traveler of doom. He appears in small towns when things start to happen. I'm trying to think what the film was that was. I can't think what the movie was. I can't remember. There is something I watched once. Similar. I can't off the top of my head. I can't remember. My brain is fried today. My coins have been spent. It's the drive. I don't know how do you enjoy driving? I really do not like driving. I've been driving for way too many years, and I don't mind like a half-hour drive, but when it's like 3 hours there and 3 hours back, because for me that's just too much. I don't like driving. It's one of those, I have to do this every year. It's one of those things we do every year, which incidentally is how I get the name Professor, because I'm just a professor on my channel, because I'm a high level in a particular martial art, I get the name Professor as well. So it's a two stacked approach. It was definitely an interesting day. And a lot of people asked me about the channel as well. Was there? There's a room full of about 100 people, and a lot of people getting their belts and grades. And a couple of people come up to me and said, "Oh, I've been following your channel." So I was like, "Oh, great, interesting." Which is why when I did the Night Slayer, I was able to do the protagonist's character as the MMA fighter, because it's something we've done. So I was able to put that in, and hopefully can delve into that a little bit deeper. That can the Watchers. Okay, soon of humanity. I still like that one we came up with, or you came up with actually last week. Death Takes a Holiday. I did write it down. So that was an interesting one for me. But I just haven't had a chance to get that much going, to be honest with you. It's been one of them weeks. Now this grading's out the way. Hopefully I can carry on a little bit more. So yes, I can see a few people watching. Thank you so much for joining me this evening. It's a bit of a rush one. I do apologize. About the rush, and thank you for joining. I can see you there. If you want to say hello, just put it in the chat. I'll be glad to speak to you this evening. It's been a busy day. I don't know if anyone here likes driving. Maybe I should do one about driving. I detest driving so much. Brothers in a war fight the supernatural war. Yeah, put brothers into the. I want to do. What did I do? I was thinking, because I was going over the beginning of the Crimson Dawn, just having a look to get some data, and I really like that idea. And I thought, well, why don't I do a separate one, but on a similar subject? I might explore that. That's a supernatural battle, and yeah, I might explore that. Something I wanted to do instead of having to lead on. It's like the problem is that you create a story and you try and keep it like 20 to 30 minutes, because that's like the optimal time, unless there's like three stories, and then like an hour is an optimal time. If you go too long on a single story, people tend to drop off too much. Too short, people don't feel it's worth clicking, and you can't get the information. So, which is why when we can do the series, it goes really well, because we can then create the story. It's literally a long story, isn't it? It just continues from the next one, but without it being too monotonous and people getting bored halfway through. Yeah, I think the driving one would be great. I don't know if does anyone like driving. I certainly don't like driving. Man falls for Shadow Lady. Oh, the Shadow Man. I like the idea of a Shadow Man. Isn't that like spooky, scary? I like that idea. I do like the Shadow Man, that like the shadow creature, whatever you want to call it. I think that's like really something embedded in all of us, maybe from a long time ago. But there's something in us all that's afraid of that shadow man, that shadow that we don't know, we see from the corner of our eye. Yeah, I think it's just because we don't know what it is. We don't know, it's just that shadow and it's gone. Why are they watching us? Why are they watching me or you? What are they planning? I think that whole idea of that is quite sinister, quite scary. Yeah, I like that idea. I do like that. It's coming up with the one because it's done. It's been done. Shadow people, shadow man, the shadow curse. It's been done a lot, and now we look at it and we just it's just that again. So it's something you need to come up with, reinvent something where it's actually quite scary. You know, it's like different and grabs your attention. It's hard on YouTube because there's so many. So we see shadow images everywhere, and it's just it's that thing again. You got to do it where it's different, and you got to let people know it's different somehow. So yes, it's definitely something I want to explore because I think that's like that's definitely something embedded in here, isn't it? Forms from your own shadow. Yeah. Yeah. I was just trying to think. There's another one, isn't there, where there's where the shadow acts out and it goes off, doesn't it? And it transforms into something else. It's not Peter Pan. Yeah, there is another one where the shadow, someone's shadow. My brain is fried today, so probably not going to remember much. But there is I do have a vivid image of the guy in the shadow. Yeah, and it does something completely different to what he's doing. I can't remember where that's from. Because the movie film Nosferatu, where the classic image, isn't it, where he's the staircase and he's going up the stairs and you just see the shadow. It's like his outline, his hands. Yeah, that's it right there. That's the point. Maybe a thumbnail with something like that on it. Which tries to capture you when the sun's out. Yeah. Or when the sun goes down, it doesn't want to disappear. It doesn't want to go away. It wants to draw you in before the sun goes and the shadow disappears. It wants to draw you into the shadow. I've got so many ideas to do. And just not enough time to do them. But I promise you, I will get the Night Slayer out this week. And I'd love to do an individual one. Maybe we can do the shadow one. What was it? Death Takes a Holiday, though. I really like that. Really like that idea. But then it's if other people want to see that. Obviously, Shadow has the shadow idea, shadow man, shadow people. It's quite a lot of people done that already, which means people must want to watch it. So it's interesting. And driving. I'm going to do the driving one. The man that hated to drive. What if the shadow could drive the car? So you don't have to drive. You sit in the passenger seat, and your shadow drives the car wherever you want to go. This is good. You know, who needs self-driving cars? Interesting concept. We'd have to pitch it to Elon Musk. Because you don't need Tesla anymore. We have the shadow man, the shadow of yourself. The only problem is it drives you into a shadow realm where it takes your soul. Yeah, I think there's so much. I think there's so much you could do there, and be able to put that twist in it. Because I picked, I don't know if you saw, I put 3 short stories together and put them in one video, And someone commented on it, which was a great comment. It was a good feedback for me, which was they said, I really like stories with a happy ending. But of course, the psychological horror, the horror story, sometimes has a happy ending, but those three didn't. They were all consumed at the end. The end of all of them, the supernatural took over. And for me, if you're going to do a horror tale story, you're writing about that instance. Like the real simple one was the Model Village one, which I really like. I really did like that one. The Model Village one, where the man buys a model village and there's a small character on there that's unusual. It's like a black robed skeleton, and it actually comes to life, and it in the end reverses, and he's in the model village, and it crushes him. And that is like everything, because that's the idea of that type of horror. It pulls you in, and you feel, there's got to be a good ending. There's got to be a good ending, and then boom, it hits you with it. But there wasn't a good ending. It makes you think, oh my goodness, what if that happened for real? This yes, that's so much we could do with those, with the shadow, the darkness. And if there was one where, as the sun rose, the shadow that was produced from the buildings, the trees, walls, cars, if the shadow touches a living thing, it drains the life force or something. That's a good, interesting concept, and one I always think about as well, is because although we, like I was just saying, it's like, although we think, that the horror should have the happy ending, it's a happy ending for whom? It's the happy ending for the human, not for the supernatural. Like I say, the model village is one concept, but many of my tales have the same idea, and that concept of the small character, his universe revolves around him the same as everyone's universe revolves around them. So for him, for the supernatural character, winning is considered good. But I do like I always like that idea. I mean, it's like the Darth Vader. That's why he's so popular, isn't it? And the Harry Potter and things like that, because they are sort of a villain, but they're also a hero. I mean, who's the most famous character in Star Wars? Darth Vader. And who's the villain? Darth Vader. But he was the most famous character, which everybody loves. So he's still the villain, but in reality, he's the star of that story. And I like that idea. I do enjoy that idea. There's many subjects. What if the wisest people humans believe exist are actually supernatural? Indeed. What if they are? What if the clever people or the intellects of the world have that intellect for a reason that isn't good but malevolent? That would be a tale. What if Winter was actually evil and didn't want to save everybody, but did it for another reason. That'd be interesting. An alternate universe. I suppose you could always, if you watch Crimson Dawn, especially the season 3 end, you could always turn around and like have like the different version, couldn't you? You could have the different version of the universe. What if? Yeah, that'd be interesting. But then that simply means I just need so much time to do that. There is so many concepts we could do. I always remember there's an old movie, It Challenged the World, where the ocean was there and then the seabed cracked. It was there to protect, but it cracked, and the monoliths. Monoliths. Is it monoliths? No, not monoliths. I can't think. My brain's out. They're like big slug things came out. It was really good movie. It challenged the world. It conquered the world. Something like that. That was a great film. I'm gonna have to rewatch that one. I do like that one. I have it in my either this one or the one behind the other side. What's the Earth's crust? The supernatural world. Yeah, at the Earth's core. Remember that one? They go in and the dinosaurs are there. What if that was there to protect? What if that was the shadow realm? Similar. And it's there holding in the evil. And something happens and releases it. Releases the evil into the world. That'll be great. So I'm not going to be on here too long today. I need to go have some food. But I just wanted to pop on, check out some ideas. Thank you so much for showing up and sharing your ideas. I'll be back to normal next week. But I'm definitely going to get greenish and huge. Dragon's on. I told you I'd pop on. I'd pop on real quick. Haven't been long home. Had a lovely drive. How much I love driving so much. I detest it. Detest driving. I had to do a 3-hour drive and a 3-hour back. And it was like terrible drive. I'm driving through London, and I don't know if there was football or something on. There's cars everywhere and people jamming up the roads. But I made it. I made it back. And I just wanted to pop on real quick. I'm not going to stay too long today because I'm so tired. But I just wanted to pop on and say hi. And Crystal's been throwing some ideas for me. I've been talking over those. Come up with some great ideas to think about for this week. And I was just saying that this week, this Sunday, headed off really early this morning, drove down to a place called High Wycombe, which is past London, past a place called Wembley. Probably heard of Wembley before. Past Wembley, and out towards there, and been there. We was there arrived about 9:30 and finished around about 2 o'clock. So yeah, and then finished, had a chat with a few people, a few friends, and I say a few people asking about the channel as well. It was actually a martial arts grading that I went down for, and so like I said, it's the reason that I originally got my name Professor, as like the professor, because I reached such a level in a certain martial art, the title you receive is Professor. So it's one of the reasons I come up. The Tree of Life, World Tree. You know what I really want to do? What if your car driver is dead? It's exactly how I felt today. Exactly how I felt. I really do not like driving. I don't like driving. Like a taxi service, yes. Uber. An Uber. If you don't pay the coin, the correct coin, he doesn't take you to your destination. He takes you to the river Styx. I say, I really want to do. I know I keep saying this. I'm gonna do it. I really want to do the either like the werewolf one or the vampire one, single story, and moving back into like the gothic type, dark, scary thing. I really want to get that done. I don't drive. God, rage. Don't like people. I can absolutely 100% connect with you on that level, because people are very inconsiderate on the road. And it's probably me too. I want to get to my destination. Everybody wants to get to their destination. But there's certain things, you need to abide by on the road. You don't block certain roads and things like that. Well, people just don't care and they block everything. And that causes big traffic jams. And you're just like, I just want to go home, or I just want to get to my place. That's all I want to do. But I made it. I made it there. I made it back. It was a great day. I met some friends I hadn't seen for for a while. And so it was interesting to connect and talk and chat. And it was an interesting day. So that's been I've been arranging that all week. So I haven't put much out this week. I did the Crimson Dawn Shadow Realm. I'm definitely going to work on the Night Slayer tomorrow. So I'm going to be working on it tomorrow. I'll do the drafting tomorrow, do the editing on Tuesday, and with that, I'll probably be out Tuesday night or Wednesday morning. And then we'll have three Shadow Realm, 3 Night Slayers. So that'd be great, because I've already got the 3 of the Shadow Realm. I can put the 3 of the Night Slayer out, because they just seem to do so much better, and people seem to want to watch them more. I don't know if people wait until there's a 3, because I'll put a 1 out and they get an X amount of views. We put the 3 out and everybody wants to watch it. So I think people wait. So they wait for the longer ones when it's like 3 stories in one. I don't know why. But it seems to do much better. I was just saying, Dragon, that we need, instead of Tesla, why don't we should have a shadow that drives the car for you? Enjoy the long ones better. I think people do, yes. I think people do enjoy it more. The numbers say that they do. So I'll put 1 out, I'll put 2, and I'll put 3, and then I'll put them together, as you know. I would welcome it. Yeah, me too. Shadow Assistant. That's going to be my new line. Professor Shadow's Shadow Assistants. Shadow Friends. definitely drive the car would be amazing. I normally don't drive that much. Half an hour max. It's like normally when I have to go to the airport, I normally get a driver to drive me. I just don't like driving. It's the people on the road. I don't mind the car. It's the people. People are inconsiderate. But then I probably am as well. So we want to get to where we want to get to. And I don't know if we do have, but a very happy Father's Day to any fathers who are watching. So that was another. I came home and I had some Ferrero Rochers. So that was nice. After a long drive, I had a nice surprise, and I ate them all. Shadow GPS. Excellent. Called Shadow. What if the car service was called Shadows? Different drivers of the supernatural. What if? What if? What if there was a Uber driver, a taxi driver, and somehow they were killed in some way? Now, when people call for an Uber or a taxi, the driver, the shadow driver, has come to pick them up, trying to find the person who did them ill. That would be an interesting concept. Happy Father's Day. Goes much better. Oh yeah, my day's been great. My day, I always grumble about driving. I just, when you have something you don't like, I don't like driving. I don't like it. I used to love driving, but I think I've done it too much. But I've had a great day. I always have a great day. I think every day is great. Every day is a gift. Every day is amazing. What if they drop you off into those places you would never notice before? Drop you off into shadow places. To the shadow realm. You have to, they drop you off into the shadow realm, and waiting for you is Elder and Serana. And angels. What if the locations you request, you meet different people, even archangels? There are so many ideas you've put into my head today already. Like, I just don't physically have the time to do them. I like the idea of the shadow one we discussed earlier. The past dead celebrities, you have to help them with request. I like the idea of reintroducing somehow in a different way, a different light, the shadow person, for sure. I think that's a great one. I still like Death as a Holiday. I like the idea of the hero being the supernatural. These are things I will definitely play with. I don't want anything dead knowing my name. Indeed. I'm just reading the comment. No, I'm not religious anyway. Shadow taxi journey, change history for better or for the worse. I like the idea that would appeal. I think would be a great one is the shadow taxi, but the driver doesn't have to be someone who was done ill. It could simply be someone that maybe tampered with the supernatural. And now, in order to come back, they have to drain from the living. That would be an interesting one. Taxi driver, shadow taxi. Horror taxi, something like that. The journey of your death instead of life. Terror taxi. That'd be an interesting one. Because then we could get the shadow person in there, and we could do my favorite thing, which is create that supernatural thing that wields power. And of course, as with many of my stories, apart from Crimson Dawn, is that the supernatural always gets its way. There's a great comment I mentioned earlier, is like someone said, that I like a happy ending, but I also like the reality that if there was something of that much power, it would be unlikely that the human would win. And so, and it tells you about the future as you're listening. Future radio, we have that here in the UK. Future radio. But I think more as like if the radio would be the EVP. So you listen to a station, and EVP comes in, but it's deliberate. There's a great film. I think it was underrated, called White Noise. And one of the greatest things I liked about that was the same as the way I like a story to be told. They found that EVP noise, and then he researched more, and it's actually these weird spirit creatures that are coming through, and in the end they come through and claim him and disappears. It's like everything that you'd want in a story. It was pretty good. It's pretty underrated. Yeah, if you haven't watched that White Noise, go. I think is it Liam Neeson? Let me check. Anyone watch that movie White Noise? White Noise 2 was terrible, but the first one had a fairly I think it was White Noise. Had a decent story. White Noise movie. I think it was it Passion for a story that that's not Argentine. So Netflix. Yeah, exactly. Was it Michael Keaton? White Noise. To do with the mundane conflicts for a day. Is it White Noise? White Noise film. Maybe it's not White Noise. I can't remember. But it was a decent watch. I'm just on my other screen, just trying to find out. Michael Keaton. Yeah, Michael Keaton. You're right. Yes, that's the one. That's the one. 2005. Yes. Yes, indeed. If you haven't watched that, that's what's that? It's amazing, but it had the concept, the story. Yeah, it is White Noise. Yeah, I got it up here. Is really good. I'm not going to rewatch that because it's like that whole thing. He discovers something. It's coming out. It's a supernatural thing, and it starts to take over. Yeah, and suddenly they're supernatural. They're more powerful than us, or the actors. So they're gonna win. Yeah, I might have to give that a rewatch as well. So many films I need to rewatch. Yeah, I wouldn't mind watching that movie again. I may look it up. Michael Keaton. Yeah, I think I'm going to give that a watch. I might even watch that this after today. So I'm not doing anything today. I'm going to relax and watch a movie tonight. I don't know which one. I think it's going to have to be White Noise. Yeah, I'm going for White Noise tonight. So on that note, I really do need to go get some food. So, what if GPS doesn't lead you where you want to go? Direction to what's they call GPS? What do they call GPS? Navigation, isn't it? Navigation system. Navigating your doom. That's a goal. You good, yeah. And to you, Dragon, have a wonderful day. I know it's day for you there. It's 7:45 p.m. here, and I'm so hungry. I need to get some food. And thank you, Crystal, for all your ideas. I appreciate it so much. I do appreciate it. You do definitely get my brain, even though my brain was fried today. You definitely get my brain thinking. So 1:45 here. Go eat. Yeah, I am definitely going to go eat. I'm definitely going to go eat. I'm so hungry. And back to normal next week. So look out for the videos coming out this week. We should get the Night Slayer out. I may do one of them ones that we've been talking about. I'm going to go watch White Noise and get some inspiration. So I like the concept of that idea. And on that note, my friends, have a wonderful day, an amazing day. Thank you so much for joining me. I do apologize. I was rushed and I was not prepared whatsoever, but I just wanted to pop on and say hi. You know, I just wanted to say hello before I had food. Have an amazing day. Thank you so much. Thank you for watching. Thank you for commenting and supporting the channel, supporting me. I really do appreciate it. I am very appreciative of you helping me. And on that note, have a wonderful evening, and I'll see you real soon. Take care.